Hello everybody and welcome to episode 2 of Let's Talk. I am joined here today by GreenActor.
Hey Bonecanoe.
Hey, how you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing good. It's early in the morning where I am.
Yeah, it's fairly early here, but not quite as early.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Let's see, I was looking at world clock and you guys are about, and the time it is about your time now. If it was that time, my time, so if it was 10 o'clock my time, I wouldn't be doing this Let's Talk.
That's right, we're 3 hours ahead here. It's bright and sunny today here in Pennsylvania.
Yes. Looks like it's going to be a pretty good day from what I can tell out my window.
That's good to tell. Well, so I've heard that you are working on a project for the HouseofSim.
Oh yes, the HouseofSim Melodrama. That's going pretty well. I'm having a little case of writer's block on the current scene I'm working on.
Yes, but you've gotten pretty far in it so far. You're pretty much done the first
act. Yes.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, this is a project that GreenActor has been working on, and hopefully it will be coming to a HouseofSim channel near you in the near future.
Yes, I'm shooting for sometime in May, but we'll see what happens.
Yes, it's a pretty big project, but you know we like to think big.
Exactly, and I've always known for being a little ambitious with my projects.
Yes. Well, it's always good. I like a little ambition. I mean, you can't undertake a 100-episode plus LP without at least a little ambition.
Oh, definitely.
Or a great deal of boredom. One or the other.
Exactly. I did a community service project which I led, where I directed, produced, and played a minor role in a melodrama, and the price of admission was a can of food.
Ah, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yes, it was a very ambitious project, especially considering I was doing it in 3 weeks.
Wow. 3 weeks altogether.
3 weeks and 2 days of performance.
Wow. How was it? Very successful?
It was pretty successful. I think we got over 300,000 food when I left for my remembrance.
Wow.
Probably records of it somewhere.
That's pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
So.
I probably should explain a little bit about melodramas for those who aren't in the know.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I mean, not everyone's familiar with the format.
Yeah. Melodrama is basically a comedy. I'm going to use the word comedy for lack of a better terminology. It's a very classic story. You have your basic hero, your basic villain. Where the villain thinks snidely Whiplash from Dudley Do-Right, and actually that's a pretty good image. You can get a pretty good image of the heroes too in Melodrama. In fact, if you actually look at the Dudley Do-Right cartoons, that's a melodrama. It isn't. It's basically melodrama characters. Dudley Do-Right would be the hero. Snidely Whiplash would be the villain. Nell would be the heroine with a bit of a twist. Yeah, so. But melodramas are fun, generally have bits of music and singing. Depends on the melodrama. I've seen melodramas with less singing or more singing, depending. Usually the heroine ends up singing.
I look forward to getting HouseofSim members to sing. Yes.
Well, we know I will probably end up singing.
I know I'll probably end up singing too. Probably that's something everyone wants to see, either because they're interested or it's kind of like a train wreck and they can't look away, but either way, it's going to be interesting.
It's definitely going to be interesting. I mean, not all of the HouseofSim members are going to sing. Well, actually, that's a lie. Usually in melodrama, at least the ones I've taken part of it, after we take our vows, there's a closing song. And this seems to be a melodrama tradition from what I've read. Because I've done a little looking into melodramas. By the way, 2 great melodrama sites to look at Pioneer Drama has a bunch of good melodramas. I think that's the one I like. Let me just see here real quick.
Type.
Let's see. Yeah, it's Pioneer Dramas, Melodramas. Oh, and there's a site called Hero and Villain, which is another melodrama site.
Oh, cool.
And that's a pretty good one as well. Which brings up another theme in melodramas that's not as common. And I only know of 2 people who have done this. And that is having a reoccurring villain.
So that's not something that's too common in melodramas.
No, usually melodramas have different plots. Very rarely do they take place in the same place. And if they do, they generally have a reoccurring character. Like, there's a series of melodramas called The Drunkard. Well, The Drunkard and I think The Drunkard's Revenge or The Drunkard's Son. And those feature the title Drunkard.
The title Drunkard.
Though usually in melodrama, the drunk somehow get drunk on sarsaparilla or root beer.
That's pretty funny. One thing I love about melodramas is all their names are puns usually.
Usually, yes. And in the melodrama I'm writing, I think I usually use a litter of names. There's a few punny names in there, and of course, lots of references to HouseofSim members.
Yes, all our little inside jokes. I just want to point out that it's not going to be too loaded with inside jokes, just because I don't want to turn the potential viewers away because of that. But yeah, there'll be some in there.
I think I mainly kept it to just the names of certain characters.
Yeah, the inside jokes are more subtle, I'd say, than hammering you with them.
Like, admittedly, there's Malproper, who is basically a guy who mixes up his words. He's actually surprisingly hard to write for.
Huh.
Yeah, right now, the scene I'm stuck on is him and the villain talking to each other.
Yeah.
And I'm at a standstill.
You can't figure out what their plan is?
Well, I know kind of what they're planning, but I may have combined too many melodrama plotline ideas from what I've read.
Oh. So you're trying to put it all in, and you are...
Yes.
And you're trapped under a pile of plot devices and tropes, oh my.
Oh, yes. Let's see, there's unknown treasure underneath the boarding house. There's the fact that the heroine is to inherit a large sum of money if she weds.
Yes. Always good for drama.
Yes. There's my other... Let's see. Oh, speaking of the heroine's inheriting a large sum of money if she weds plot, I've thrown in a personal in-joke to Shakespeare.
Ooh. Cool.
Yes.
Where's that?
If you look at the most acts, 1 scene 3, the parts that I've shown on the forum. The heroine, with the help of my equivalent, comes up with a challenge for her future suitors, which is, and I'm really kind of proud of this myself. I have basically had her, and with his help, decide to give what I call the Porsche, the test of the 3 caskets.
Oh yes, I remember this.
And it's also sort of the one that came up with the saying, "All that glitters is not gold."
That's right.
In Merchant of Venice, because the gold casket didn't have it, the silver casket didn't have it, the brass casket didn't even have it. And I've even slightly referenced it with, what are we going to build the caskets out of? Oh, actually, I have to admit one thing. I did throw a non-HouseofSim's reference.
Hey, that's fine.
There is one. Actually, 2. And you know what those are?
Yeah.
The mines. The crystal mines and Wario makeup.
Oh.
They're referencing Crystal Star Studios, The Mines,
Cool.
and Madame Wario Makeup.
Oh, very cool. I know a lot of our viewers will appreciate that. I know.
Yeah, especially those who catch it, because I mean, I like Slow Kirby. He's awesome, so I had to throw a reference to him somewhere.
Yeah, man, we're gonna need a TV tropes page about this when it's all done.
Yes. How many in people? How many things did I slip in and such? Yes.
Yes, that's pretty cool. Well, as long as nobody is losing a pound of flesh, because that might be painful.
Losing a pound of flesh.
Mm-hmm.
No, that is not the Melodrama way. The worst thing that will happen is probably someone getting shot. I've actually read a few melodramas where a character got. Excuse me for a second. Where a few melodramas where a character died.
Oh yeah.
In most cases, there's a shot heard. They're thought to be dead, and it turns out they're alive. Much to the enjoyment of everyone in the cast.
So it's one of those dramatic moments, like everyone gets sad. It's like, oh no, he's dead, and then there's like a dramatic little cough or an eye shift or something like, he's alive.
Not always. Sometimes it's more of the character is shot off stage.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm thinking more of the Disney death variety of fake deaths.
There's a few versions like that too. I haven't read many of those, but the one I'm thinking of in particular, basically it was gunshot. What's all this commotion? Someone shot character name. Character. Everyone is like, oh my goodness. Then that character's sort of romantic interest thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's a slight little plot line going for them. Comes down and says, the villain shot him, which he did.
Oh no.
We the audience know this. Says the villain shot the character.
Dun dun dun.
And then the villain goes, oh no, I didn't. And there's like, she was like, yes, you did. And then he, in a brilliant, I have to give the author points for this one, because you can actually find this melodrama on the House of Villains site, the hero and villain site. Really good melodrama. Villain turns to the audience and goes, and does this whole aside, air quotation marks there, just so you know, aside to the audience. But unfortunately for him, he wasn't doing an aside. Everyone on stage heard him. The definition of aside is only the audience hears you.
Yes.
But all of a sudden we hear the whole thing, and it's like, and we hear the whole thing, and
so it's kind of like a fourth wall joke there.
We would get really close to the actor, like I would be balancing on one foot, leaning in toward him. We could get really in his face, and then he realizes what has just happened, whips out his little pistol, and the camera goes, now we know who shot him. Shot the guy. But one night the actress who was supposed to stay, he's the one I saw shoot light name, said he's the one I saw shoot the villain. Let's just put it this way. Our heroine, every time she said she said her lines after that, stressed the words that the woman was supposed to say. It was kind of amusing.
Yeah, it certainly sounds pretty funny.
Yeah, melodramas have tons of jokes like that. That same melodrama had a bit where the hero pulls out a Giants baseball bat and hands it to the hero, and he goes, use this for protection. Of course, closing weekend, the hero just had to make a comment about the Giants winning the World Series in 2010.
Right.
Yeah, there was bits like that. Like